5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Two white Muslims.
Go.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi.
Wa barakatuh.
My name's Junaid Rahim.
And my name's Mohammed Yusuf Bashforth.
And affectionately we're known as
The Two White Muslims. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi.
Wa barakatuh.
Hey!
Here we go again.
Another day, another day. And what a day. You know, I'm looking at this list and you know what it's making me?
Excited?
Yes!
Happy?
Yes!
Just raring to go?
Yeah, there's a couple on it that's going to make me want to hit my head against the wall.
Chomping at the bit. So where does that come from?
It's horse.
It's a horse thing.
Yeah.
Because that thing that goes round their head
And the bit
and the bit that goes through into their mouth
is actually called a
bit.
So when
So when they're moving forwards
and really excited and they bang it down on the bit.
Actually biting down on that bit,
Yeah.
so they are chomping
At the bit, and it means that they're ready, they can't wait.
Really racing forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, funny that.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I don't really.
But funny might not be the right word.
You couldn't use a punchline with that in it,
No.
could you? Because I mean, nobody would laugh. So it's not,
Interesting.
yeah,
Interesting.
mildly.
Mildly.
Anyway, enough of that.
Int.
Enough of that.
Yes.
When you have a list,
Yes.
like the list that you have in front of you,
Yes.
it's hard not to get excited.
Yes. Because I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, oh, do you know, some of this is brilliant. Some of it, you know, it is going to make me want to put my head through a wall.
Is it going to make me thump the desk?
Yes, it needs to be said. It needs to be said.
Okay.
So,
Can I mount my high horse?
Yes, you can. You will be atop your soapbox.
Can I climb my ivory tower?
You will be in your ivory tower. You will.
Looking down on.
Yes. No two ways about it.
Yeah.
We will be. You know where we'll be. You know where we'll be walking? The moral high ground. We'll be taking a stroll along the moral high ground, looking down on DT, the orangutan. I don't even like saying his word.
Not him again.
The current president of the Uncle US Army of Stateside, whatever. So we will be having a little conversation about him. I don't even want to say his word. I don't even want to say his name. I know. And then we are going to look at some of his supporters. And we just. But I want to take
Are they as bad?
Oh, well, worse.
They're probably worse.
They're
actually.
worse.
Yeah, because he is what he is.
He is what he is.
And he's a vile creature.
If you then choose to support it, you are worse.
You're worse, absolutely.
Because you're making the decision. He's a horrible individual.
Yeah,
but they're then making the decision. But that's what he is.
Yeah. But
they're then making the decision. And him being horrible is horrible.
Follow him and
but they're making the decision. Yeah. In all the light, with all the news and information.
Yeah.
In front of them, they're making the decision to follow
everything we know about what he is and what he does.
Yeah.
They make the decision to follow him.
Yes.
Utterly ridiculous.
Yes.
Anyway.
And we're going to, I would like to take an Islamic perspective there. I'd just like to think about that from an Islamic point of view.
Right.
So we're going to put some context to this now, because rather than just, we don't do moaning, but I think we're going to end up moaning.
Do you know what? I'm close. I'm close right now.
Exactly.
I'm about to start moaning at this list.
Exactly. So we're going to take an Islamic perspective and just think how things could be better.
Okay.
Let's put it that way. I want to consider time generally.
Time.
Well, Asa, I want to consider time. Generally.
Time.
A feud
goes really quick.
Oh, it just evaporates. Just evaporates.
Like milk.
Yes, and water. Time goes, milk goes off, water evaporates and just goes full stop.
You can evaporate milk, you know.
Yes.
It goes all sweet and sticky.
But it doesn't evaporate then, does it? Or do you mean some bits from it evaporate?
The water evaporates from it, and what you left behind is quite thick and sweet.
And
you know the Asian sweets?
Yes.
The what's it called? Mitai, burfi, all these kinds of things. All these kinds of things, or some of them, are made out of this reduced, condensed milk.
Right.
That's just evaporated.
Possibly why I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Asian sweets. I'm not. I love Asian food. Oh my goodness.
Oh, the food's amazing.
But the sweets, it does not hit my palate right.
Some of them, I love them.
My kids love them.
Some of them, I hate them.
Kids love them. My wife loves them, can't get enough of it. Yeah. It just doesn't hit my palate right.
Well, I like some...
Because it is not a donut, it's not a jam and cream scone, nor is it a chocolate digestive. No. And once you've got perfection, why try? You're just making a mockery of it now.
You are a creature of habit, aren't you?
I am very much a creature of habit. My desserts will be one of those three. If they don't have apple crumble
and
custard. Yes, yeah, absolutely. Very much a creature of habit. But a feud has erupted, apparently. A feud has erupted. And I want to explore this feud, because if this is a feud, then you and I are at war.
Okay.
Trust me.
I look forward to that one.
Trust me. I want to consider just a very, very, very foolish passenger. And do you know what it's going to prove?
Is this an airline passenger?
Do you know it's not this one? It's exactly. And do you know what this proves?
Probably proves that we're right.
That we are right. What it proves is we are right.
Well, we're always right.
Yes.
But we get to a stage where we're so right.
Yes.
It's impossible to get more right. You can't be more right than how we are.
You cannot be more right. You can't be. You cannot more than 100%.
No.
We will be 100% proved
right.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
Alhamdulillah.
Absolutely. I want to look, and again, it's kind of linked to the Donald Trump Make America Great Again. I said his name, to the orangutan and his followers.
Yeah.
I just want to kind of consider white privilege.
Okay.
Because the fire service have come under some criticism.
Fire service?
Yeah, and I don't think they should. The criticism is not justified.
Okay.
And I want to discuss why.
Are you talking about fire service here?
Yeah. In this great British Isle of ours.
Ooh.
I've come under a little bit of flack, and I think it's not justified.
Right.
Looking by your face, I can tell you thinking, ooh, looking forward to that. Looking forward to that.
I dare say I'll have an opinion on that.
You will. And linked to that is some stats that came out which are utterly terrifying.
Okay.
But it confirms my thoughts. It confirms my thoughts on that.
Okay.
And that is our list. That is our list. There's some other things on the list, but looking at those, we're never going to get to them.
No.
So do you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to put them forward to the next
list.
Shall
we just call it a day, shall we?
Yeah, we'll just call it a day on that. Because if we get that done, it'll be one heck of a show.
If we do.
If. It's a big ask.
It is.
But if we get those done.
Asking us to stick to a plan.
Yes.
It's
a wee bit of a challenge.
Stick to a plan.
Yes.
We always kind of go off on tangents.
Not going to happen.
They're mini plans that we got, and sometimes they grow into bigger plans than the plan that we had in the first place.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Alhamdulillah. And everything's from Allah.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yep.
You can set off on a journey to do something that you are planning to do.
Yes.
And then something happens to stop you.
Yep.
Okay? So you take your choice, don't you, as to how you deal with that. You pays
your money, you takes your choice, or whatever it is.
You take your choice as to how you deal with that. You can think, why has this stopped me? Because I set off to do that.
Yeah.
And I can't do that anymore because this
has happened.
And you can complain about it, and you can whinge and whine and moan about it, as a lot of people do.
Absolutely.
Or you can say, Allah had a better plan for me.
Absolutely, yes. Do you know, I remember, and what sprang to mind then as a great example of it was, do you remember Tales of the Unexpected?
Yeah.
Oh, I used to love Tales. It used to terrify me.
Yeah,
I used to love Tales of the Unexpected, because some of them were quite dark.
Yeah,
some of them were quite... Ooh. And for people who don't know what we're talking about, they were tales...
Of the
unexpected. So in other words, they were little stories, short stories that had a twist at the end.
Yes, they did.
A smacker of a twist.
Yes.
They were brilliant. Do you recall who wrote them?
No.
They were written by Roald Dahl.
No.
Yes.
Really?
The same
he was dark in a lot
absolutely.
Of... Yeah.
So the same man that gave us James and the Giant Peach. Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory. And the Matilda.
Yeah.
The Twits and all these great children's books.
Yeah.
Which you can't help but see an awful lot of David Walliams has obviously got an awful lot of Roald Dahl influence.
Yes.
Roald Dahl also wrote Tales of the Unexpected.
That's crazy.
Which are adult and quite dark.
Yes.
But one of them wasn't particularly dark, but was just had a great where you think, a phenomenal twist at the end. And you could almost personify what you were just saying about how Allah puts, subhanahu wa ta'ala puts things in front of us, and we should just say, Alhamdulillah, because we don't know why it's there.
That's right.
Most people choose to moan, we just go, Alhamdulillah. And this one was about, it was about a guy, and he was something like a rector in a church. It was a church rector. Am I thinking a rector is just somebody who sort of does all the odd jobs around the church and low level? Is that right? Or
I don't know. I thought he was a minister as well. I thought
right. Well, in which case he wanted to be a rector.
Okay.
What he was a kind of an odd jobman around the church who did loads of things, and he wanted to help more. And and he did the odd sermon, and he preached the good word and all this kind of thing. Devout Christian. Brilliant. Wanted to become then a priest. Wanted to progress to become but it wasn't stratospheric. He just wanted to be like a rector. He just wanted to be. So he strives to go forward and to do this, and he's memorised the Bible and all these kind of things. And they say, "Oh no, you can't do that." And he goes, "Why not?" And it's because he couldn't read or write. He didn't know how to read or write. So he'd memorised the Bible, and he was a fundamentally good man. And he was, a loved man, and he just wanted to spread the good word. And this it's a story, it's made up, but it's just great. And they went, well, no, you can't. No, you can't, because you can't read or write. So you have to take little exams to do this, and you can't do that. And we refuse to be flexible to allow you. I went, oh, right, okay. And they said, and now that we know you can't read or write, you can no longer do the job that you're doing either. So they pretty much sacked him. And he went, oh, right, okay, well, what can we do? So him and his lady wife established a little tea shop. And they said, do you know what we're going to do? And this is going back 40 years. We're going to be the best tea shop in this little... And he did, white glove, silver service in this tea shop. And his wife did all the cakes and everything. She made all the cakes, and he served, and they gave everything. It was, turned up to 11. It was brilliant, absolutely fantastic. So you think, and when you're thinking, where's the dark twist here? Because this is Tales of the Unexpected. This is Tales of the Unexpected. And then this bloke comes over from America, comes into this tea shop, and he goes, this is amazing. It's amazing. I want to franchise this. I want to franchise it. I'll tell you what, I'll give you $3 million, and we're going to franchise this. And when you're thinking, where's the horrible twist? Where's the horrible twist? Oh my God, how's all this? You think, they're going to rip him. He's going to rip him off, this horrible American. And he comes in, and the lawyers come in, and they buy the franchise, the name. We're going to run it, and we're going to have people, and we're going to have the lady out the back. She's going to be doing the cakes, and the men out the front there. We're going to be white glove, silver service. But we're going to do this, and we're going to take it to America. It's going to be massive. Everybody, you can come across, brilliant. And you think, where's the twist here? Where's the twist here? And they get the lawyers in, and they say, right, just before we sign, I think you should read this contract. And he goes, I'm sorry, I can't. And they went, well, why not? No, you can't back out now. We're going to buy all this. We're going to give you £3 million. He goes, no, I can't read. And they go, oh, right, okay. Well, we'll get your wife to read it to you. And if you're then somebody you trust to read it to you, and if you're happy, sign. And the lawyer turns to him and goes, oh my goodness, you can't read all right. And you've created all of this, and you're going to be a millionaire. Wow. Just think where you'd have been if you could read all right. And he goes, I'd have been a rector in a church in such a, you know what I mean? And that's all he wanted to be. And I'm not saying one is better than the other, but it was the bang, the twist. He could have said, oh, Allah, how are you doing? God, how are you doing this to me? How are you doing this to me? And, ended on a completely different path, and maybe with that $3 million, he had built an orphanage, and that was Allah's plan. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Think, wow.
Or he goes back and buys the church.
Or he goes back and buys the church. Yeah, now for sale, and puts a tea room in it.
All the numbers I've got.
But just where, his inability, and I know it's just a story, but his inability to read all right could by some have been, big negative. And it created to him a different path. And it took him to success in a different realm. Didn't stop him being a great guy. No. He was still preaching the good word, but he was doing it in a tea room, and he was doing it as, amazing.
Excellent.
So whenever things happen, what do we say?
Alhamdulillah. Allah's amazing.
Allah is
amazing. Alhamdulillah.
And with that in mind, an amazing list, I think we should crack on.
You just put tea in my mind.
Yes.
Before we crack on, sir.
Yes.
I'm going to have a cup of tea.
Brilliant. Let's do a bit of this, and then after that, we'll do some of that.
Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi.
Wa barakatuh.
Do you know what we're going to prove?
As always.
Yep.
We're right.
Yes. That's exactly what we're going to prove.
The two white Muslims are always right.
The two white Muslims 100%
right.
Guess what this one's about?
I guess our listeners are now groaning, saying, not the alcohol thing again.
Please get off the alcohol train. Would you want to be on a train driven by an alcoholic? No.
Would you want to be on a plane that flown by a pilot who's 10 times over the
legal limit?
No.
If I'm honest, no. We're going to prove it again.
Okay.
The two white Muslims are right. How much alcohol's good for you?
None.
How much alcohol should you drink?
None.
How much alcohol should you have?
None.
How much alcohol are we told to have?
Well, you know.
Are we told to have?
None.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But oddly enough, how much alcohol are scientists suggesting we should have?
None.
They're saying, well, if you're going to do it, you shouldn't really do more than. As soon as they say you shouldn't, the recommended maximum for men is so many units. The recommended maximum for women is.
Yeah.
As soon as they say that,
but zero is better.
Not good for you.
Yeah, 0 is better.
It is not.
So the maximum limit could be, but 0 is better.
0 is better.
Yeah.
If you drink alcohol, do you put on weight?
You do.
Yes. Do you tend to fall over?
Yes.
Can you drive?
No.
Where's the attraction? But there is an attraction.
Do you argue?
Yes.
Do you become belligerent and argumentative?
Do you do things that you wouldn't do if you were sober?
Yes.
Do you wake up in the morning thinking, I wish I hadn't
done that?
Yes.
Does it help your relationships flourish?
No.
Does it do the opposite to that?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Terrible.
Does it cause injury?
Yes.
Misery?
Yes.
Loss of memory?
Yes. Oh, I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that last one. I honestly can't remember. Oh, crikey. Well, we've got another one.
Go on.
We've got another one.
Who's done it this time and what did they do?
Well, it starts with I was still drunk! !
Oh, no.
So their justification for this was... I've been drinking.
I was drunk and that makes everything all right.
Okay. Oh, it's just me being a bit silly because I was drunk.
Rubbish.
Nobody force-fed you it.
Nope.
Nobody forced it.
Nope.
Idiots, and they're saying this, not me. I'm quoting now. You know what? I'm not a fan of this word, idiot. Idiot passenger jumps off 11th floor balcony of cruise ship.
Okay.
For prank video.
Okay.
So basically, as a cruise ship is coming into dock, this, and I'm quoting now, idiot, leaps off the very top deck.
Okay.
Says to his mate, video this. This'll be good for YouTube, and leaps off. Oh, not YouTube. Sorry, Instagram. The Instagram video has been met with disgust following the dangerous stunt. He said, "Catch this, guys!" And he's jumped off. Have you seen cruise ships?
They are massive.
They are floating hotels.
Yes.
11 stories.
I know.
11 stories. I've stood next to it, and most recently was when I was in. This sounds like a bit of a yaw.
Yep.
When I was in Australia, we went to visit my good lady's brother, my brother-in-law. He lives in Sydney.
Yep.
I went to visit him. So we went to the Sydney Harbour and all that kind of thing. And a cruise ship was in, and you just stood and you're just looking up, and it is a floating tower block.
It's massive. Yeah.
They are immense. And this freak jumped off the very top of one into the sea. On so many levels.
11.
On 11 on so many levels, that's just
wrong.
Oh, wow.
Wrong.
I remember as a kid.
That's just stupidity.
I was very much into flying. Still am. Love it. Love the idea of it. Still can't get my head around how it works, but still love the idea of it. Planes should not fly.
How does a multi-ton lump of metal
get into the
fly?
air?
Nah.
And I know there's physics, but
none of it's real, of course. Idea. None of it's real. We're all in the Matrix. None of it actually happens. Yes. That's why it can happen.
Yes. And I remember watching where the kind of the evolution of the Royal Air Force.
Yep.
And was it the Royal Auxiliary Corps? I think it was the Royal Auxiliary, whatever it was. As it was originally, because they weren't meant for fighting originally. No. When planes first came in during the First World War, they were for reconnaissance.
Yeah.
So they would fly over the battlefield and they would just have a little look.
Yeah.
Find out where everybody was. Come back. That's where you want to be shelling me, love. Yeah.
That's right.
Where you want to be attacking. Oh, that's going to happen. And then they started carrying handheld bombs that they could drop on people.
Yep.
Oh, let's try this.
Yeah.
And then they would send planes up. So those planes then had revolvers so they could shoot at each other. Yep. Then they had rifle, and then they started fitting machine guns, and the evolution. But I remember when they first went up and they first started aerial combat, which was during World War One.
Yep.
They didn't have parachutes.
Oops.
Yeah. So if their plane was damaged,
oops,
they perished.
They were going to die.
There was no, and the life expectancy, and this was quoted in Blackadder, but is actually true.
Yep.
The life expectancy of a new pilot, was less than 2 weeks.
Wow.
So basically, if you're a new pilot, you're going
to die in 2 weeks' time.
Underground in 2 weeks' time.
Wow.
That's just fact. That's just how it is.
Wow.
Because people are shooting at you everywhere, and if they don't hit you but they hit your plane, that's all they need to do.
That's right.
And I remember saying, well, why didn't they just like fly over water and jump out? You know what I mean? As a kid, and my dad said, because if you hit water from a height, it's like hitting concrete.
You can do it.
Can you?
You can, yeah. But, what are you wearing, first of all?
Okay.
Yeah, flight gear.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how long are you going to survive in the water? Who's going to pick you up out of it?
No, but even the landing
in it, etc.,
can kill you. Yeah, because of the meniscus nature of water. There's a meniscus, which is the surface tension of water, means that apparently if you go from distance and you hit the water, like when you belly flop, and it hurts.
Oh, that can rip you to shreds. Yeah.
So if you're coming out and play from distance, not 10 foot up, not a 10 metre board, not a 20 metre board, but from a significant height, you can't just jump out of a plane and land in the sea and expect to be okay.
I don't know. I don't know the science behind it.
This is what my dad said.
Right, okay.
But, and so somebody jumping off the 11th story.
Yeah.
11th story of basically a tower block.
Yes.
Into the sea. The first point is, well, if he'd have landed a little bit of an angle,
he's got serious problems.
He would probably have broken his back, broken his neck. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even at that height, it's so dangerous. So dangerous. But then the thing I think is, well, okay, he was jumping in as it was docking. It's docking.
Yes.
It's going to come in. It's going to start manoeuvring sideways.
Yes.
And if you're between the ship and the harbour wall,
you're going to get squashed.
Yes.
Yes.
On so many levels, this is terrifying. On so many levels, you just think,
it's insane.
What are you doing?
Idiot.
Well, what you're doing is ridiculous. Now let's explore why.
Okay.
Drunk. It says, it opens with the line, I was still drunk. Oh, here we go then. Nick, well, I'm not going to give him the publicity, the auction of publicity. A 27-year-old was travelling on the Symphony of the Seas with a group of friends when he decided to make the leap while the ship was docking in the Bahamas. In a video posted to Instagram, the Washington-based, it's Americans, there you go. Passenger, I'm only joking, could be seen standing on the edge of the balcony while his friends looked on. Seconds later, after grinning at the camera, he jumped, flailed in the air while plummeting towards the sea. The video cuts off before he lands in the water, although a second video shows him swimming in the water. Well, he was very lucky then.
Yeah.
He was very lucky. The Instagram video, blah, 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 but it's just, despite the miraculous survival, and it is miraculous, the stunt came with some injuries. He told people on the Instagram, my feet were actually fine. It was there we go. It was my neck and tailbone. I think you'll find that's a coccyx, young man.
Yes.
That hurt. I was still drunk from the previous night, so luckily I didn't feel a thing. When I sobered up, my back started hurting pretty bad.
Yeah.
And I could barely walk for 3 days.
Yeah.
And I couldn't sleep because of the pain.
Good.
Really?
Good.
Really?
So his remedy for that would be
more alcohol.
Yeah.
Presumably. Yes.
Idiot.
Yes. Yeah.
Idiot.
Oh.
What gets into these people? Well, it's the alcohol that does. What gets into them to take that in the first place and consume the stuff?
Yep.
So there is more to life.
Yep.
There is so much
absolutely.
more to life
An
than
Instagram
that.
user who works on cruise ships wrote, as a performer that works for this cruise line, I would like to tell you how stupid this is.
Yep.
A fellow performer called Aaron and close personal friend who passed away recently from falling 7 decks lower than you means you're lucky to be alive.
Wow.
So he fell off the 4th story.
Yeah.
4th story.
Yeah.
4 stories up. It's not like coming off a 5 metre. Have you ever stood at the top of a 5 metre board?
Yeah, look down and
Look
think,
down.
ooh.
I've done the 5 metre,
Yep.
and I'll be honest with you,
Yep.
I found it a challenge.
Yep.
My legs wouldn't let me go.
Yeah.
I was trying to jump up,
Yep.
my legs wouldn't let me go. I eventually went. There's a 10 metre one,
Yeah.
and my kids have been off that.
Oh, you know when you waterbomb people from the side?
Yeah. Cannonball!
Cannonball! Yeah. I did one of those on the 5 metre board.
Wow!
Made my legs sting a bit.
I was going to say, imagine off the 10. So imagine that pain off the 10.
Then 11 stories.
And that's one story. Would say that's maybe 1.5 stories?
1.5 maybe.
So 4 is 2.5 times that, and it killed a chap.
Yeah.
11 is lucky to be alive.
Yes, he is.
And why did he do it?
Because he was drunk.
So how much alcohol is good for you?
0.
How much should you have?
0.
How much is recommended under our beautiful religion?
0.
And I think we should be sticking with that. So we make this
Absolutely.
point just because we hear on so many occasions, do you miss it? Do you miss alcohol?
Do you miss alcohol?
Do you miss alcohol? In other words, the first thing people are thinking, what's it like? What's it like? I've never tried it. What's it like? Good. I mean, good, you've never tried it, is what I mean.
Yeah,
you've never tried it?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Great.
Stick
Keep it
with
like
that.
Keep it like that.
Stick with that.
Yeah. Never, ever
Stick
try that
with
stuff.
that. I've never tried crack cocaine.
It's evil. They say
it's not really something I want to try.
They say
Thank
it's
goodness.
evil.
Yes.
Yeah, evil stuff.
Yes.
Because it is.
It is.
Because it brings the worst out in people.
Yep.
It brings the worst out in behaviours.
Yep.
And it makes them feel like they can get away with anything.
Yes.
And more often than not,
They can't.
They can't.
They can't.
No.
Nope.
So, instead of alcohol, what do we drink?
Coffee.
Tea. Yeah.
Water. Or water. Ramadan. Water.
Oh, subhanallah.
Utter perfection.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen.
Perfection.
It's just the best
Thank you,
thing.
Allah. It is perfection. And it's just water.
With only one thing to beat it.
Go on.
Banana milkshake, of course.
Well, I'm a fan of strawberry milkshake. Oh, I'm a fan of strawberry milkshake.
Oh, no.
Do you know, it's one of the few things.
That's wrong.
It's one of the few things. One of the few things I'll get from McDonald's.
It's one of the few things that's going to make us fall out again.
No, but I'll get it from McDonald's. And
no.
I'll look at the good lady. I'll look at the good lady and I'll say, can we? She'll go, oh, go on then. I'll say, kids, who wants a milkshake? Yeah! Through the drive-through. And we'll have that as we drive. Oh, it's heaven. Heaven.
If it's from a place like that, it has to be vanilla. Okay. Because the strawberry and banana just tastes so fake.
Oh,
yeah. But if you're making it yourself... Yeah, it's got to be banana.
Oh, okay. No, I'd go with that. If you're blending your own,
I tell you, one of the best shakes I've ever had. Yeah, was
yes.
at the. Have you heard of the Handmade Burger Company?
Yes. Right. You recommended, and I went there because it was all halal in Wakefield.
Yes, exactly, and some of them are. Not all of them. It's a bit like Nando's. Some are halal, some aren't. But the Handmade Burger Company, I understand that the chicken, and you need to ask to be absolutely sure.
Yep.
The chicken burgers are halal.
Yes.
Yeah, and they're cooked separately and
absolutely
very careful about it, etc.
Care.
Which is great.
Yep.
But they did a shake, which was a banana and peanut butter.
Ooh.
Now, that's one of my favourite combinations of all time ever.
Wow.
Yeah, banana and peanut butter together
is
just a winner.
Did that work?
If you get toast and spread it with peanut butter...
and dip it.
Spread it with peanut butter and then sliced banana on top. That is one of the best...
Does that work? Does it work?
This is this is why we've got taste buds.
Yes.
This is why we've got them.
Yeah.
So that we can experience the joy of these kinds of flavours.
Just think about that.
Fantastic
Think
shake.
about that.
Yeah.
We have taste buds.
We've got taste buds.
We have taste buds.
We can taste and smell
Allah
things.
subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us taste buds.
Taste and smell
and
things.
it might be good. Oh, so that you know what's bad for you. You know, you can tell by the taste. No, because then you'll just have two.
Yeah.
One that says good and one that says don't. Yeah, and we don't. We have things that, as a combination, we go,
that's amazing.
and others we go, ooh.
I don't like that.
Amazing.
I mean, banana and Marmite, for example.
When you put fuel in a car, you just put fuel in a car. When you put fuel in us, there's pleasure.
Absolutely.
There's pleasure
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
Who thinks of that?
Allah is
amazing. Who thinks of that? Amazing.
Not me.
You know what
but anyway, hang on a minute. Before we go any further,
right, yes.
I want to talk about another shake.
Right.
And I'm not talking about a guy with a tea towel on his
or
head that lives in the Middle East.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
You know that pop of the shake? Rattle and roll.
Did you ever see the Frank Zappa album? And it was a picture of him on the front,
right,
with a tea towel on his head,
right,
and that that black ring that they hold to keep it in place.
Yeah,
and it was called Shake Your Booty.
I didn't, but I'm going to look for it.
Shake your booty.
Shake your booty. Shake, rattle and roll.
Brilliant. Anyway, whilst I was in Dubai.
Oh, right, okay.
Okay, so
you met a man called no.
had my photo taken with. I had a selfie with Shake.
Yeah.
I couldn't keep still. Couldn't keep still. So anyway, I had a lunch. Yeah, and I was thinking, because you know you have your hotel breakfast.
Yes.
And you tend to pile it on a bit, don't you?
You
because
eat yourself into profit.
You do. I'm going to make money on this holiday.
Yes.
It won't cost me a bean.
Yep.
So you eat half your own body weight in breakfast, don't you?
Yes.
So when it comes to lunchtime, you're thinking, well, dinner's in like another 4 hours. I can't.
Yeah.
I'm just going to end up barrel-shaped on this holiday.
Yeah.
So I better limit myself. So we got the menu and looked on the menu, and there was a section called liquid lunch.
Huh.
I thought, what's that then?
I'm going to say, in my pre-Islamic past, I had a few liquid lunches.
I bet you did. Of the wrong type.
Yes.
But this
goes contrary to what we're saying. So
this was
yes.
Shakes.
Wow.
They make the shake for you.
Oh, brilliant.
And they made a shake which I replicated at home.
Yeah.
And I still have it to this day.
Wow.
Frequently, because I love this.
Oh, go on.
It is banana.
Yes.
Avocado.
Right.
Honey.
Yeah.
And milk.
Oh, wow.
It's one of the
all
best,
of those work independently.
One of the best flavours.
So I'm wondering if all of those work together. I bet they
ever had.
Really?
And that is just heaven in a glass.
Wow.
Alhamdulillah. That is heaven in a glass.
Wow.
So shakes are good. I don't know how we got onto shakes.
I don't know.
Strawberry shake, banana shake.
Not even for that, because we started with an idiot jumping off a
peanut butter,
big boat.
Banana peanut butter. I have no idea.
No
idea where that came from. I've no doubt that we'll listen back on the podcast.
Oh, what do we drink?
What do we drink?
Instead of alcohol, what do we drink?
Tea, coffee.
Alcohol, as Homer says, the creation of and solution. The creation of and solution to all of life's little problems. But let's get rid of the creation of. Let's just stop.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
So that's it. We were talking about water in Ramadan.
Yes.
Water.
And the only thing to top it being milkshake.
Banana milkshake.
Yes,
and you freak. Strawberry.
Yes. Yeah, strawberry. Yes.
Splitter.
So we'll have to run on because we are contractually obliged to do a little bit of this.
Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi.
Wa barakatuh.
Oh, welcome.
It is extraordinary.
It is.
Isn't it?
Life.
It
is.
Just generally life.
It is. Do you know?
Odd things happen in life.
Yes.
And you think, what?
How does that work then?
What?
How does that work?
What?
How can that, stimulus response?
Yeah.
cause and effect. How can that possibly have led to that? Or, looking at that, what could possibly have created it?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That is surreal.
How could that possibly even exist?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you look in wonderment, and sometimes it's quite bizarre, and you think how could that actually possibly exist as part of a beautiful and perfect creation? How can that exist? I mean, I'm talking about Donald Trump here.
I was wondering if we were going to a specific here. Yes.
How could that
DT,
possibly
the orange oligarch.
Orange. Mr. Orange Man.
Donald.
He's been at it again recently.
Has he?
Yeah.
What's he done now?
Well, no, he's been overseas. Meeting his newfound best buddy.
Let me guess. Has he been north of Korea?
Yes. Yes, he has.
Really?
Well, actually, they met in neutral territory.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Vietnam.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
so
my
they
goodness.
got a hotel in Vietnam and decided to meet there.
Right.
And they were. Trump was going to pummel the guy into submission and denuclearize North Korea.
Ah, right.
That was his intention. I'm going to go in with all my demands listed out, and you're just going to do what I say.
This is what I've been saying I'm going to do for over a year now.
Yes.
Yes.
And he went in.
Yes.
And they were due to make an announcement and a signing ceremony, and et cetera, et cetera.
Yep.
At 7 a.m. that morning.
Yep.
And at round about 6:10, the message came from the White House to say that the signing ceremony's been postponed.
Postponed? Just been put back. Oh, what, 10 minutes? No. Half an hour?
No.
An hour? Is this an indefinitely?
It seems that it's not happening.
Really?
Yes.
So are you telling me Kim Jong-il chap is saying, I'll be honest with you, I quite like my nuclear weapons, I think I'm going to keep them?
To be honest, love, if you're not going to these sanctions are messing with my head.
Yes.
And they're messing with our economy.
Yep.
And if you don't relax them a little bit and start, give and take.
Yeah.
Starts with what? Give.
Yes.
Give and take.
Yeah.
Just give a little.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll keep my nukes. Thank you very much.
Right.
And Trump started with...
This is the best negotiator in the world ever.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Right. Well, he had... This is the whole point. The United Uncle US Estate side had already given, hadn't they? They'd already, and my understanding is released some of the sanctions and done this and done that. Oh no, that was Russia. No, that was Russia. That was Russia, where he bent over backwards, wasn't it? Yes.
Yes.
Or forwards. I'm not sure which.
Steady on.
Shall we say certainly bent over?
He bent over.
He bent double.
He did.
Yes. At his age... he did.
So he decided to give Kim Jong-un nothing.
Nout.
And the whole talks apparently fell to bits.
This is the best negotiator in the world ever.
This is the best negotiator the world has ever seen, ever.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the man who is a multi-billionaire because of his ability in business. And negotiating.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know the truth behind that, by the way? I was watching, it's brilliant, John Oliver on, I think, is it last week tonight, or this week tonight,
whatever.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Brilliant. It is brilliant. He used to be on a podcast called The Bugle, phenomenal, and he just does, it's satirical humour, but it's fact-based. Mm-hmm. So he goes out and finds facts, and you've got your head in your hands going, this cannot be true. This cannot be true. And it is.
It is.
Because you then go and it is, and it's incredible. And he's done, surprisingly enough, he's done a lot on Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And he keeps saying, I'm sorry, I don't want to do this. I don't want to, but Donald Trump, here we go again. And, Donald Trump's story is, and he says it all, he says, oh, listen, I only started with a loan, a very small loan from my father of £1 million.
Yes.
And people go, it's still £1 million quid. Still £1 million quid. But the point being, oh, and I made £1 billion. Aren't I great? Right? And that's just the apocryphal story that he's put out there, that I only started with a very small loan to make people feel really inadequate, because I've never had a small loan of £1 million.
No, nor me.
And basically, start with £1 million quid, look, and now I'm the President of the United States, look where I... Do you know the truth of it?
Go on.
When his father died, he inherited 448 million.
Okay.
Not one, 448.
Okay.
448 million.
It's difficult to fail.
It's hard to fail with that. Do you know what he did?
Failed.
Failed.
Yes, he did.
He ended up a billion
Bankrupt.
in debt, almost, like 800 and something million.
Yes.
Almost $1 billion in debt.
Yes.
In debt. That means it's other people's money that he lost.
Yep.
So he lost other people's money.
Yep.
But he then inherited this money.
Yep.
And he wrote off what he lost, so that basically, until he earns 1 billion, he never has to pay tax.
That's right.
And that's why he won't give his tax records out, because he doesn't pay tax.
Doesn't pay any.
And he doesn't pay tax because he's written off money that he lost that wasn't even his.
That wasn't even his. Absolutely.
In any other situation, he would be in prison.
Yes.
This is theft on a grand scale.
Yes.
It's theft, it's tax evasion, it's tax avoidance, it's
yes,
all of these things. And you just think, what? And it's also out and out lies. So I started with 1 million. Utter, I nearly said something I'm not allowed to say.
Yeah.
Utter rubbish, shall we say.
Yes.
Utter rubbish. And then he lost £1 billion of other people's money.
What are those things that you put oars in?
Oh, yeah, Rolex.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Rolex.
When you're going down a road and it's no entry, what's at the end of those roads?
Bollards.
No, it's true.
No, it's true.
Yes. Absolutely. So, that's what I say to that. Rolex and bollards.
Yeah.
Basically, he's gone to negotiate with North Korea, and what's he got?
Nothing.
And
North Koreans have just said, I like my nukes.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We're going to keep them.
Bye.
In fact, we might resume our tests that we used to have.
Who knows?
Oh,
watch
brilliant.
this space. But I found it quite fascinating that conference,
yes,
which neither side had really prepared for, let's face it.
There's a surprise. Look at the two people involved.
Let's face it, they hadn't prepared.
Yep.
And it was scheduled to take place on a particular day.
Right.
And it happens to be the same day as the legal advisor in Trump's administration was in court telling all.
Really?
Yes.
And they wanted to bury the news.
He has said some really, really damning things against Trump and the way that he's done his business and the way that he's run his presidency so far.
Actually, I heard a little bit about that because he was saying, I've been covering up for this man for 10 years.
Yes.
I'm the man who at 3 o'clock in the morning would get a call, and I'm the man that sorted it all out, and look what's happened to me. And I say to you, and he was saying to the populace of America, I'm saying to you, if you continue to the following, you will end up where I ended up, which is prison.
Yes.
Prison.
Yep.
I thought I was doing right. I mean, he obviously knew he wasn't.
No, clearly.
But for the man that would protect him, and he's been thrown under the bus.
Yep.
In quite significant style.
Absolutely.
I have to say.
Absolutely.
It's hard to find the funny in this.
Well, I'm not sure that there is, other than Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
But it's not a good joke, is it?
No, because it's truth. This is life.
This is the most powerful nation.
Yes.
Apparently.
Apparently. Yeah.
It's not.
I would question, but it's interesting. Do you remember when we were talking about the Roman Empire?
Yes.
And we established that the Roman Empire was the 17th largest empire in the world.
Yes.
You're like,
yes.
What?
Yeah. And then we struggled.
We struggled
to name any others.
Yeah, we got one, which was us.
The British Empire.
The British Empire. And you go,
yeah. That was quite big in its
pretty
time.
big. So when people say, America, biggest, best, this, no.
No, it's not.
No,
it's not.
Russia, China.
Yeah.
You know, oh my goodness. But they've got eight, is it 8 aircraft carriers?
Oh, yeah.
And I think it's like in the rest of the world, nobody's got more than 2 or something.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, that's good then. Yeah. And most battles going forward are going to be land-based.
Yes.
Oh, well done.
Yes.
Well done.
Well, all they do is take the aircraft carrier, moor it up.
Yeah.
Just off the coast of whichever land it happens to be.
Yep.
And send the jets in.
Yeah.
Don't they?
Oh, extraordinary.
Crazy.
Extraordinary.
Crazy.
But there we go. Do you know what? I feel the need to move on from this.
I feel the need to do dua.
Yeah, let's do that.
So let's do a dua collectively.
Yes.
That America and the people in America come to their senses at some point.
Yeah.
Before the next election.
Yes.
And they do the right thing.
Yes.
rather than the popular thing.
Absolutely.
And just get rid of this orangutan
Yes.
of a man.
And let's do it like that because that's very positive. So let's say that we would like them to vote in a progressive, open-minded, shall we say liberal? It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. But certainly, open-minded, generous, and compassionate individual.
Yeah.
Full stop.
Yes.
Because what we should never pray for is for anybody else to suffer.
No.
Much as you'd like to with old DT. But we'll not do that. We'll not pray the negative. We'll just say...
I don't want him to suffer. I actually want him to realise...
Yes.
Before it's too late for him.
Yes.
I pray for him.
Yeah.
May Allah guide him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guide him.
Yeah.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Who knows? Yeah. This all may be part of Allah's plan.
Well, we know it is.
Do you know what? I heard an amazing thing the other day.
Go on.
Yeah. When I said, it's often said that Allah moves in mysterious ways.
Yes, and I've heard that. It was Allah moves in mysterious ways. Before that,
God moves in mysterious
before that,
ways.
the Lord
moves in mysterious ways.
ways.
Absolutely. And we've been saying that all our lives.
Yeah, and it becomes part of the vernacular, and then therefore everybody accepts it.
Accepts it.
And what were we told? No.
No, it's not that.
Actually, no.
No. Allah moves in the right way.
Yeah. Allah moves in a very clear, purposeful and correct way.
Right way.
We don't necessarily understand
it. So to us, it can be mysterious.
Yes.
But
Much
Allah,
like,
in fact, moves in the best
ways. Yeah. Much like if you think about an awful lot of organisations, and let's take a positive organisation. I'm not going to name any, but let's say there's a positive organisation. But let's say there's 20,000 people work for it.
Yep.
There is a board of directors, the people at the top, and then there's somebody, maybe trustees or whatever, and then somebody at the head of that.
Yep.
And without communication, the guy at the bottom might go, "Oh, why are we doing this? This is ridiculous. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this?" And then all of a sudden they go, "Oh, I see why we're doing this.
Yeah.
Isn't this brilliant?"
Yep.
You know what I mean? And it's very similar. But without communication, you often don't know. You don't know who's steering the ship.
It's the old analogy of the helicopter pilot, isn't it? If you're on the ground, and you're in and amongst it, it's hard to see the whole picture.
So true.
Whereas if you're hovering above the lot and looking down on it, it's easy to see the whole picture.
Yep.
Yeah, and that analogy works for me.
Yeah, and it's so true. It is so true.
SubhanAllah.
Oh, that being the case, let's do a dua and let's move on.
Allah guides Mr. DT,
Inshallah.
Mr. Orange Trump himself.
Yeah, the orange oligarch. I love
And
that. Can't remember who it. Well, I think it might have been Greg Proops said it. The orange oligarch, the tangerine tyrant,
and that he does the right thing before it's too late for him. Inshallah.
And those around him.
Yeah.
And those supporting him.
And those people who are the rest of the world.
Yeah. And funny enough,
that are going to be affected by him.
We're going to talk about some of them after this break.
After this one?
We are, after this break.
Shall we do this now then?
Yes.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi
wa barakatuh.
I was mumbling then. I think you might have caught me mid-mumble. Mid-mumble. Chuntering away to myself, I was. Chuntering away.
You still got half a butty in your mouth.
Yeah, well, I can't help it because of what we were talking about before the break. It's riled me.
Well, hang on a minute. Before the break was Donald Trump.
It was DT.
During the break was fish and chips.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to them. That can't
rile you.
No, true. I'm looking forward to them. I am looking forward to them. Oh dear. But no, it was. We were talking about old DT.
Donald Trump.
Yes.
And
then we were saying, we were making supplication. We
said that people ought to, around the world, just do dua.
Yeah.
That he
does the right thing.
Yeah.
That he gets guidance, and that then we expanded it, and that the people around him have some guidance. Because if he doesn't the right thing, if the people around him see the light, it would make
stop
things
voting for him.
Absolutely. Well, that's the people around him, and then his supporters, the people who vote for him.
Yeah.
If the people who vote for him could do the right thing, that would make a massive difference.
Yes.
A massive difference. And I take into that, they call it MAGA. MAGA. M-A-G-A. Make America Great Again.
Great Again.
That's the slogan. That's the symbol. Yeah. And they have these MAGA hats.
Yes.
So it's become a type of person.
Yes.
So the MAGA Hat Boys. The MAGA Hat Boys. The M-A-G-A Hat Boys. In other words, any freak who's wearing one of these ridiculous hats. Because it's fundamentally saying, I'm a supporter of the man Trump.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You're not trying to make America great again. You're supporting the orange oligarch. Yes. You're supporting this freak. I keep saying orange oligarch. Greg Proops says it.
Yep.
And it's stuck in my brain. Yep. And it just describes him because he refuses to say his name.
I prefer to say the orangutan.
Yeah, the orangutan.
Because that is a very, very large orange monkey.
Yeah.
Yes.
So MAGA Hat Boys reportedly filmed harassing girls before vile standoff with Native American man.
Oh, come on.
And you just think, on so many levels.
So they set off and they got everything wrong.
Yes.
In their day. Everything wrong.
And these are the kind of people that support the orangutan.
DT,
yeah. DT orangutan.
Yes.
A video has emerged on social media reportedly showing the Covington Catholic high school boys harassing young women. And this is said to have taken place before that viral moment at which they had a vile dispute with a Native American protester. A young woman posted on Twitter a group of white boys in MAGA hats.
Yeah.
Oh, Kel Surprise, by the way. White boys.
White boys, yeah.
White boys in MAGA hats yelling at her and her friends as they walk past. For no reason. Alleging that the boys are the same ones who then harassed elderly Native American protester Nathan Phillips at the Indigenous Peoples March. So the indigenous people is who were for a very long time called Indians,
yes.
Which is terrible.
Yes.
And that is because the man who has his own day when he first landed in America thought he'd landed in India.
Yeah.
So these are all Indians then.
Yep.
Thought he'd landed in India. Yep. Hadn't actually landed in what then became known as America,
yep.
And therefore the indigenous people who've become known as Native Americans were then called Indians.
Yes.
For a great and long time, which is why they take offence at that.
Yeah.
So it wasn't an Indian People's March, it was an indigenous...
Didn't they, in order to try and put that right, they used to then say American Indians?
American Indians, yeah, which just makes it even worse.
What?
American. And then Native Indians... And you think, well, no, they're not. They're not. They're native, full stop.
They are native to
that
land.
What? So they then went on to a rally and a march for the indigenous population of America. They could even say, well, I'm not Americans.
Yeah.
Because if somebody came here and said, we're now going to call everybody, I don't know. I can't even think of a name. X people. Well, no, I'm British. Because that's what I am.
Yeah.
You coming and changing the name of the country doesn't make me any more a member of that country.
Yeah.
Oh, so the Covington Catholic boys harassed my friends and I before the incident with Nathan Phillips even happened. And this incident with Nathan Phillips was absolutely terrible. I'm tired of reading things saying they were provoked by anyone else other than their own egos and ignorance. Oh my goodness. So before they even went and had a go at that poor man, which was a repulsive action and has been widely covered on social media, they'd already had a go at a group of girls just for walking on a street. And this is the kind of people are freaks who support that man.
Orange man.
So it would be kind of nice if they did see the light and change their ways. This video is short because we walked by and were surprised to be yelled at. I took my phone out and sent it to my friends, and it has subsequently gone viral.
If you look at that any of that from an Islamic perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah. First of all, you don't hurl abuse at anybody,
at
anybody at any time.
No.
Yeah. As a group of young men,
Yep.
to hurl abuse at women,
Yes.
is absolutely
Un-Islamic.
It is not
on a moral level.
on every level.
It's abhorrent.
On every
but from an
level.
Islamic point of view,
Absolutely. You
women
can't do that.
How are our lady folk? I'm trying not to sound patronising. It's difficult.
Yeah.
For me, I mean, not generally,
yeah.
just for me.
Just for you, yeah.
How are women ranked in Islam?
They're revered.
They're revered.
They're put on a pedestal.
They're put on a pedestal. Mothers,
These
especially.
are mothers. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, mothers, sisters, daughters.
Sisters, daughters.
Amazing
nieces.
people.
These are,
Some of the greatest proponents of Islam were women.
Yes. Yes.
The Prophet, peace be upon him's wives.
Yes.
Yes. Aisha, may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon her. My goodness, one of the greatest Islamic scholars of all time, because she was there. She was there. And then, proceeded to and continued to spread this incredible message.
Great news.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah. And then to talk to a indigenous
and what they said to it was just awful.
That's horrible.
When he was marching on his, let's have an indigenous people's march. Okay then.
Okay.
And they think, let's make America great again by going and hurling abuse at them.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And saying, get out of our country.
What they should be doing
How does that work? It's an indigenous people's march.
Is saying, make America apologise again.
Not
great again.
MAGA. Not great again. Apologise. Again.
Yes.
Again.
Because they stole that country from those indigenous people.
They didn't move in and say, let's live in harmony.
No.
They tried to get rid of those
once
people.
again, you look at that from an Islamic perspective.
Yep.
What happened when our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so may the peace, blessings and mercy of Allah be with him. What happened when he migrated to Medina?
He said, do you know what? Let's all live in harmony.
Let's all live
If people want to join Islam, brilliant. But also, if we've got Christians, brilliant.
Yeah.
If we have those of the Jewish faith, brilliant.
Let's all learn from each other
together.
And live in harmony.
Yes. Knowing full well that in doing that, more people would come to the fold of Islam.
Absolutely.
What is it? You attract more bees with honey than you do with vinegar.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You attract people with beauty, not with ugliness.
Absolutely.
I remember it's an old proverb, but I love it when the wind and the sun are having a discussion.
Yep.
And the wind is saying, "I'm more powerful than you."
Yep.
And the sun's saying, "No, I'm much more." No. Don't work like that. There's no such thing as power. We just are.
Yeah.
Just be what you want to be. And the wind's going, "No, I'm much more powerful than you. I'm much more powerful." See that bloke down there with a hat on? Yep. I can get him to say, I'm going to blow his hat off. So the wind blows and blows and blows. And all the guy does is pull his hat further down onto his head, pulls and blows and blows and blows. And eventually, even the wind gets out of puff and goes, that's ridiculous. Why did I ever start this? And the sun says, my turn, glows.
Yes.
And what does the man do?
Took
his hat off. But through his own will, because he wanted to.
Yes.
If you just give people the right circumstance, they will do what they want to do.
Yep.
And if what they want to do is what you want to do, brilliant.
Right.
Don't force people. Anything done out of a sense of obligation is incredibly hard work.
Yep.
It's ridiculously hard work.
Yep.
The stuff that we choose to do, the stuff that we want to do,
Yep.
it's a doddle then.
It's easy.
It's a doddle.
Yeah, it's
so simple.
Like anything in your life.
Yep.
If you want to do it, it's just a joy to do.
Yes.
Yeah. If you have to do it, it becomes a little bit tiresome.
Tough and hard work.
Yeah.
It really,
it's hard
does.
to find the motivation to even start, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So change your mindset.
Yep.
Yeah. Start desiring to do things.
Yep.
I want to do that.
Yep.
Oh, I like this. I want to do it.
Yep.
And you get more done.
Absolutely. Simple as
get more
that.
done. So from an Islamic perspective,
Yeah.
Hurling abuse at anybody is not on.
Nope.
Hurling abuse at women is absolutely not on.
Hurling abuse at the elderly.
Because
elderly, the native
you cannot do
chap.
that. And then causing a race relations
feud
dispute is absolutely not allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and instead of saying we need to live in harmony and live at peace and learn from one another, because we've all got good things going and we should learn from one another.
Absolutely.
That's how they should approach this.
And what they choose to do is say, how do we breed differences? And anybody that's different to me, how do we get rid of them?
Yes.
Oh, what?
Well, there's one. I mean, they've made a good start at that, haven't they?
Yes.
By electing this loathsome man.
Yes. Yeah.
Loathsome fella.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
Extraordinary. Do you know? I thought that might make me feel better.
Well, actually,
I'll be honest with you,
there's something that you said in that. There's something that you said in that made me think quite deeply about something.
Okay.
You said bees are attracted more by honey than vinegar.
Yes.
And when you said vinegar, the thought of fish and chips entered my head again.
Yes.
And I can't help this.
We're moving closer to lunch. We are moving closer to lunchtime. We're still not there.
I can't help it. I can't help it.
But just so we can sit and ponder on it, should we have a quick... We'll do a bit of this. We can ponder on that, and then later know that we'll be doing that after this.
I'm going to contemplate my fish and chips. In silence.
Inshallah.
Famous last words. We'll see how we get on.
We'll see how we get on. I'm aiming to cover the list. I'm aiming to cover the list.
As you always do.
Yeah, just as we're getting ready, I was just saying, come on, let's just see if we can work down this list.
Anyway, hang on a minute. Whoa, start. Backtrack.
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi.
Wa barakatuh.
Welcome, one and all. Welcome.
This is about as good as it's going to get.
Yes.
Isn't it?
It is.
Really?
It is.
I mean, I'm talking about life.
Yes.
Yeah, because I'm 56.
Yes.
And it can't get much better than this. It's got to be downhill.
It has to be downhill. Well, let's be honest. You peaked at 30.
You know, I probably did, but I can't remember.
Yeah. I seem to think I was about 27 or 28 when I peaked, I think. Oh, dear. Retrospect.
Can't remember any of it at all, which is probably my own fault as well.
But it's a weird thing that. We were with Brother Corsa quite recently, weren't we?
Yeah.
Sharing ages.
Oh, yeah.
And he was a little bit older than you, which really surprised me.
Yeah.
And you just think, wow. And then you sit down and you go...
None taken.
No, but as in, you just go, oh my goodness, that doesn't seem possible. Because when I was a kid, anybody of our age, especially yours, was old. Do you know what I mean? They were old. They were decrepit.
Hang on a minute, I'm a granddad.
Yes, exactly.
And I don't feel like one.
That's the thing. And I don't know if that's just how people have always been.
I still feel like I'm in my 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do occasionally look at this bloke in the mirror and think, who are you?
Yeah, who's that?
You do not represent how I feel.
How did I turn into me dad?
Yeah. Yes.
What happened?
But I do not feel how you look.
But do you know what? Do you know what?
Yes.
I'm shocked at one thing, and this is shocking to the core.
Yes.
I never thought I'd be married to a grandma.
No, of course. Who'd have thought?
I mean, you don't imagine being married to a grandma, do you?
Yeah. Oh my God, I never...
Not at my age.
Until that minute, I never even thought about that.
I'm only in my 20s. But I'm married to a grandma.
Yeah, how's that work? Shambolic. Yeah, you're married to a grandma.
Yeah.
Does she knit? Has she started knitting?
Unfortunately, no. She actually did start knitting at one stage.
Right, yeah.
And she got as far as the scarf. And she got part way through her first one and then ran out of wool.
Yeah.
And it had taken so long, they had stopped selling.
And we no longer do that colour.
So she abandoned that scarf.
Right, yes.
And bought sufficient wool this time for the next scarf. And she still wears it.
Wow.
Yeah, she still wears it.
That's very good.
So she's knitted herself a scarf and still wears it. Her sister, however, is quite a skilled knitter.
Really?
And what's the other thing called?
Crocheting.
Crochet.
I thought it might be.
She does that.
Yeah.
She does that. I learnt how to knit when I was 9.
Right.
And I knitted just a square piece of knit. And just thought, well, I've learnt how to do it now. So
that's it.
It can't be much more... I mean, I guess patterns are a bit more complicated than that.
Sleeves.
But, necklines. And, and then it gets a bit weird towards the hems. And blah, blah, blah. You know, if I've knitted a square, I can knit.
I can knit.
I put it to one side.
Yes.
I got myself, I had given a rug making kit. Yeah. So it was this mesh thing. Yeah, that you got little strands of wool about 3 inches long.
Right.
Yeah, and a special tool.
Yeah.
And you tied these wool things onto this mesh sheet.
Right.
One at a time, yeah, and I thought, I can make this. It was as big as a rug that you'd put in front of your fireplace.
Yes.
Yeah. And I had loads and loads of these 3-inch lengths of wool.
Yes.
Yeah, and this special tool.
Yeah.
And I set about this, and I did one line.
Yeah.
One line, I was thinking, that's just taken ages.
Yes.
And I'm bored out of my tiny mind.
Buy them for less.
I can't imagine doing all of this.
Somebody doing it.
It was just like, you know, that's just like this endless task ahead of me.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was too big. The task was too big. It overwhelmed me.
Yep.
And I just kind of put that to one side. And,
yeah. When you reach the pinnacle, because I remember as a kid doing jigsaws.
Yeah.
And enjoying doing jigsaws. It's a pastime. And at the end of it, you do think, oh, there's some satisfaction. I can see the picture. There we go.
Yep.
And you start with the edges, and then you look for colours, and you work from the box lid.
That's right.
And as I progressed through jigsaws, it was you know, just for a present or something. My mum and dad bought me one, and it was just a picture of baked beans.
I was just gonna say, did you ever do the baked bean picture?
Well, I got the edge done.
Yeah.
And then gave up.
Yeah, you would.
Because it was ridiculous.
Pointless.
Ridiculous. And you just think, this is pointless.
Yeah.
This is not fun anymore. Yeah. I don't think I've done, other than with the kids, I haven't done a jigsaw since.
Have you ever done a 3D jigsaw?
Yes.
Same here.
Enjoyed that.
That took ages to do, but
enjoyed it.
Got a lot of pleasure out of that.
And what that 3D jigsaw was a VW camper van.
Oh, really?
It was a VW camper. It was brilliant.
We did London Bridge.
Oh, wow.
Which was quite cool.
Wow, yeah.
That was cool. So, we did that. But, I mean, these things that
who'd have thought that'd be possible?
You do to pass your time.
Yeah.
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 And nowadays, I don't have enough time to pass.
No.
There isn't enough hours in the day.
No.
Or
Because
days
I remember
in the week.
looking at my parents and thinking, how do you fill your days? And now I think, oh my gosh, how do you get anything into your day? I mean,
the other day, I thought, what day is it? What day is it now? What day is it? I couldn't remember. I thought, is it bin day tomorrow? I can't remember. Do I need to take the bin? Because in our house, I have to take my bin down to the bottom of a private drive.
Yes.
So, is it bin day tomorrow? I couldn't. So I thought, yeah, I'm sure it is. Which bin is it? Oh, is it recycling bin, or is it the green general waste bin, or is it the? And have they started collecting the garden waste yet? And because I cut my lawn, recently as well. So is it bin? And I honestly couldn't remember what day it was. And I took my shoes off, went back into the kitchen to look at my phone.
Oh, yes, yeah.
To make sure that I was on the right day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought, right, it's the right day. So put my shoes back on, went outside, got the bin that I thought it might be, took it down to the bottom, and there was another bin like it down there. So I thought, right, I've got it right this time. But the feeling of not being able to remember what day it was.
Surreal.
That's just, I'm too busy.
Yes.
I'm too busy.
And it is the too busy thing.
I've got too much on my head.
Yeah.
And my little head can't cope.
Yep.
And my little head keeps going, pop.
Yeah. When all I did was run training courses, and they tended to be 1, 2, 3, or 5 days long.
Yeah.
And an awful lot of them were 5 days long. So Monday to Friday, you were somewhere.
Yeah.
And so mentally, you were constantly, everything's blocked out in courses.
Yeah.
So you think, next week I'm doing a 5-day course. The week after that I'm doing a 3-day course and a 1-day course. The week after that I'm doing a 2-day course. And then I've got 3 days admin. Week after that. So it'd be week after week. And then somebody say what month it is. And you go, I don't know.
I have no idea.
No idea. I know it's a Monday and I know what I'm doing for the next 5 weeks.
Yeah.
But I've no idea what month it is.
Yeah.
It was a very simple thing. What date is it? No idea. But I know that next week I'm in Glasgow or whatever it might be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's surreal.
Yeah.
And it just makes you think, well, Asa. You know what I mean? Time.
Absolutely.
Time.
Time evaporates.
Oh, wow.
It evaporates around us.
Wow.
Wow.
Just extraordinary. But yeah, because what we're doing, with the things that we're doing now, we are all over the place.
Yes.
And it is extraordinary with the YouTube channel, with the podcast, with doing this, the radio station.
With the charity.
With the charity. It is. And then with trying to do a job that will pay our mortgage as well. It is
Isn't it inconvenient? Isn't it?
I know.
Nasty banks.
And the banks insisting we pay them for our houses. It's life would be much easier.
They've got loads of money. Why can't they just give us it?
I know.
Yeah, give me the house.
Yeah.
I always thought about this with pension schemes as well. The time that you need your money is when you're in your 20s and 30s.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
65.
65 and onward. Well, 70 now and onwards.
You know, it's just like, will I ever get there?
Yeah, and will I have a television? That's all I'll do.
Why can't these companies give you a huge lump sum and
then say,
income,
pay it back?
Then say, pay it back over your working life.
Yes.
That would make a lot more sense to me.
If you could do that, imagine how much you'd save. Because as an example, if you could buy your house outright from day one, and then, I mean, I know that's what you do, but pay it back interest free. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, hey?
Yeah. I know.
Oh, my goodness.
Don't get me on the subject of halal mortgages.
I know. I was just thinking, and interest, because I've got to stop using.
I have a problem with these.
Yeah, I've got to stop using the word interest and just think of it in terms of fees or charges. People charge for your mobile. They just do. They just do. Extraordinary. But yeah, if you could start with a lump sum and then basically earn nothing for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because it is fundamentally paying it back.
I'd be okay with that.
And it would be like you risk being written at day one. That's how much you're getting, love.
Yeah.
Now work it off.
Work it off.
Now work it off. Well, I've spent it. Tough.
You see, the thing is that the risk would be on the institutions.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
a risk as in...
risk. I get that. Sorry, I mean, that's whether it's upfront or later down the line, that's already written. That's going to happen. That's what you're going to get.
Absolutely. If you knew that in advance.
Absolutely.
Why worry? And you have this mindset. I'm close to it now. We think, that'd be right.
I don't care.
Right.
I don't care.
There's a plan. Why worry?
Money comes, money goes.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we first started working together and I'd be twitching and itching, when he's been doing it, and you would say, look, it will come or it won't. I'm worried about the won't, but if it won't, it won't. You're worried about it's not going to make it.
Absolutely. It was written that it won't.
Yes.
Therefore, you know.
And then all of a sudden,
just embrace what's written.
Yeah. And I'm saying, but you've got to prime the pump. You've got to do something for it to come. And you went, yes, we're doing that. And then all of a sudden, the phone would ring from nowhere.
Yep.
And it'd be something we'd done 7 months before or a year before. Yep. Or, and they go, yes, is the answer. What's the question? Weird. So
we will provide from sources that you would never even imagine is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran.
Yeah.
And it's true.
It's incredible.
I mean, like just a few years ago, let's go back 4 years.
Yeah.
4 years.
Yeah.
Would you imagine yourself involved in media with over 250,000 views on your YouTube channel?
No.
Presenting a radio show.
5 days a week.
Out to at least 4 people.
At least upwards of 4 people.
4 people.
No.
Sometimes I wish it was.
Yes. With a podcast, I know. And by the way, we say this as a jest. We know it is thousands, and
thousands of people.
It's just hard to think like that because your brain turns to your mind turns to your brain and goes over to you. You think you're so clever, and you can't think of anything to say.
That's right.
So we work on the assumption it's just 4 people listening, and 2 of them are our mums.
Yeah.
Freaky. And then a podcast that's doing fantastically well.
I know.
And the opportunity to travel around this great British Isle and then ultimately travel around the world, it's just extraordinary.
And is it not the case that this year, inshallah,
the
2 white Muslims are going to appear at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival?
Inshallah,
which is it's the biggest festival of its kind in the world.
Yes.
It is the festival that has launched the careers of countless hundreds of people.
Absolutely.
It's massive.
People strive to go there. It is their life's ambition to go there.
I want to appear at the Edinburgh Fringe.
Of mine.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, leave that because that's never going to happen.
Yep.
And then, thanks to our wonderful sister Lauren, we may well be doing just that, appearing at the Edinburgh Fringe.
Inshallah.
Now, for some people out there thinking, what's the Edinburgh Fringe? First of all, what? My brain goes, how can you not...
Where have you been?
Yeah, but the number of people we've mentioned it to, especially within our particular circles, will go, what's happening? And the Edinburgh Fringe is it's principally a comedy festival. It wasn't always. It was people just coming and doing things just to try it, almost. You know what I mean? So you have street performers and you have little acts, but predominantly...
You'd have cutting-edge comedy,
and you'd have cutting-edge comedy. And it was people just going up and trying stuff out. And it started as a relative, and it's grown and grown and grown, to the point where when you hear, and he received the Perrier Award, well, that's what's given out at the Edinburgh Fringe.
Yeah. That's right.
You know, opened at the Edinburgh Fringe, was voted best at Edinburgh Fringe. It's massive. It's the biggest of its kind in the world. It is huge.
It is. So,
and we're going to be at it, inshallah.
We're going to be performing at it.
We're going to be performing at it, inshallah.
Alhamdulillah.
And going around and seeing everybody else. And when people say, "Oh, are you here for the Fringe?" You go, "Yes, to be in it, not to watch it."
Yeah,
but we're going to watch as much of it as possible.
We're in it.
Wow.
We're in it. Why? What are you doing here?
Yeah, what are you doing? Wow. We may well be travelling overseas. By that I mean Scotland. No. We may well be travelling overseas. It's just, it's weird.
Life's got really complicated.
Yeah.
And all we ever wanted to do, let's face it, simple task.
Yes.
All we ever wanted to do was change the world.
Change the world.
Easy, eh?
Yeah, easy. Everybody changes the world just by being in it.
Yeah. It's how you change it.
It's how you change it.
And who you affect. And whether it's for the better or for the worse.
Yep. And we also wanted to give back because we find ourselves treading this path as the result of other people coming into our lives. Now, we know that was heaven sent. We know that was Allah, part of the plan. But we didn't know that before.
No.
And it's hard to ratify that even after the fact.
Yep.
And we just think, well, if we can do that for other people, if we can do the same thing for other people, and we hope that is also part of Allah's plan because we might get a nudge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so we just thought, if we could just do in some tiny part, if we could just give back, and people are asking us to do more and more.
So we are where we are, and we are doing what we are doing.
Yes.
And we're busy like we've never
looking
been.
in the mirror at two old blokes with beards and feeling like two young virile men. And it's a weird thing to put the juxtaposition between those two things.
I remember that feeling.
Those two things. When you get up and thinking, why does that hurt? I'm only 20. You're not, you're 48. What? I've been driving for 31 years.
I'm only 29.
I've been driving for 31 years.
I'm only 29.
How does that work?
I'm 29.
31 years. I've been driving for longer than I couldn't drive. And I remember when I couldn't drive, not being able to wait until I could drive, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
And now I've been driving for 31 years. How does that work?
How does that work?
How many millions of miles is that?
I'm 29 in my head.
Yeah.
Which is actually exactly half my age.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? Yeah.
It's like from 29 onwards.
Wow.
It didn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least, and the only thing that reminds me of my age is, a mirror. A
mirror.
When I choose to look in, which is not often.
Apparently.
When you look like me, there's no
evidently
no
so.
Point.
No, you don't have to confess. You don't have to tell us that. We can tell.
When I look in a mirror, I kind of notice. But also, it's right when I try to do something physically demanding.
Yep.
Yeah, it hurts.
That said, you've been going to the gym on a regular basis. Now that my cast is off, I can start going to the gym.
Inshallah.
I am determined. You know when people go, I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm determined to be one of those people that says that.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yes.
Why not?
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know, why not?
I always wanted to be shaped like a walrus.
Yes. I am in shape. It's just that unfortunately, this current shape is a sack of spuds.
Yes. I have the shape of a small hippo. I am the shape of a donut.
Yes. Oh, and I can also chew them without breaking them. I'm down to one tooth. Oh, it's not quite that bad. Not quite that bad. We're very lucky.
Alhamdulillah.
We're blessed. Sorry, we went off on one there.
Is any of that on our list today?
Not one jot of that.
Have we mentioned the list at all?
No, we haven't even. No.
Do you think we should come back to the list?
I think we should. I think we're not on. We've strayed from our list.
Shall we do a bit of this first, and then we'll do a bit of that?
Yes, I think
Inshallah.
we should. I think we should, absolutely.
Inshallah.
Yes. I think we are, as you always say, we are contractually obliged to do a little bit of this.
We are.